Hey, what's going on, family? We're going to talk about this article. We have the income generator. This individual, man or woman, I don't know, has about 8.75 thousand followers. So maybe they got some credibility because people don't follow somebody that don't have credibility. Am I right or wrong about that? Because I do see some instances to where they may not be the case, but for the most part, people follow individuals because maybe they have a great, charismatic, personable attitude. You know, maybe that individual is just likable. So maybe this could be the reason why he has 8.75 thousand followers. Or could it be because he actually makes some good price targets, some good recommendations? Because from this article from Seeking Alpha, apparently he thinks that Nvidia is ready for another major breakout. Is he right? Is he going to be wrong? What makes him or she think that Nvidia is ready for another breakout? Let's see. Nvidia Corporation has solidified its position in the AI industry with strong earnings and revenue growth. That's the summary of what this individual is talking about. Despite rising competition, consensus expectations suggest continued growth for Nvidia in the coming years. Again, suggest, expectations, continued. All of those are buzzwords for future prospects that we don't know. It could, it maybe, may not in the coming years. Understand when people are just merely looking at what they see now, and then they try to proceed further in time and say, if it still look good now, then what do you think it's going to be in the next couple of years? Oh, it's going to be great. Oh, it's going to be fantastic. NVIDIA is going to be one of the behemoths in the AI space, in the semiconductor space. They're going to continue to grow and be massive, right? And then the summary of this article also brings technical analysis indicates a bull flag pattern, suggesting, again, that's that word. It's only a suggestion. Potential for further price increases with support levels at $750. Run out and go buy Nvidia right now, right? No. We need the market to give us that confirmation. That would tell us whether or not Nvidia is going to have another breakout or not. The market would tell you. Just be patient. Let's go through this real quick. For many investors, this year's stock market star has been Nvidia Corporation as a central, quote, picks and shovels play for anyone looking to capitalize on developments within the rapidly accelerating artificial intelligence industry. During fiscal year 2024, the company continues to solidify its unparalleled position in the production of GPUs for world-class data centers with incredible adjusted per share earnings growth of 288% and revenue growth 126%. Perhaps not surprisingly, those GPUs contributed nearly 80% of Nvidia's revenue figure during that period. Of course, it's not surprising because everybody wants to create these AI models, these large language models, and they need massive processing power to do it. And if you're the only team in town that can create that processing power, of course, everyone's going to flock to you. So this is the current thing that Nvidia is going through. Now, do you think that's going to last forever? No, of course it's not. The competition, like the article is also bringing out, is going to become even more fierce. There's going to be more contenders that's going to produce the same processing power GPUs, or if not better. Is Nvidia preparing themselves for that day? But it also remains clear that market supply of Nvidia GPUs has been widely outpaced by market demand, and this makes it straightforward to see why the massive bull run in Nvidia share prices might be far from over. Supply and demand. If you could see your competition all the way back into the distance and you're all the way up front, Nvidia's like, yeah, we got some time before these people catch up with us. Because nobody else is able to meet the demand of the GPU processing power that Nvidia currently holds, right? So apparently this article, the person who wrote this article is saying this is one reason why we can still see the stock break out, because nobody is really pulling up from the rear, pause, and trying to take Nvidia's market share yet. There's no product out there that can compare, right? Is that what this person is trying to say? For fiscal year 2025, consensus expectations suggest that revenue growth could still gain as much as 82% annually, while per share earnings growth might post an even higher rates, 89% for the period. So while it's almost certain that Nvidia will continue to face rising competitive forces from rival companies like Intel, AMD, broader trends in the market remain highly supportive, and it remains quite possible that Nvidia's bull run still has the potential to extend much further. That tells me you write all of this information about Nvidia and how good it's doing, and even though the competition may become even more fierce, this last portion of this paragraph tells me that you still don't know. Just look at it. It remains quite possible that Nvidia's bull run still has the potential to extend much further. Again, if you're such adamant and convicted that Nvidia is going to do another breakout, stand on it, right? If you think so, we're understanding that this is a risk type model. The stock market is. You're going to be right. You're going to be incorrect. You're going to be wrong. You just don't need to continue to say it could, maybe, potentially, possibly, it maybe, I don't know. Those type of verbiage you will always see in things that is attributable to stocks, because you got to do that in order to try to leave yourself an out, because then you could come back and pull the articles and say, well, I said it remains quite possible, or you can say, well, I said it had the potential, or I also said maybe, so I wasn't like going all in and saying that Nvidia was going to go out and break out. But then on the flip side, let's say that Nvidia does break out. They're going to pull this article back up and say, see, I told you that these are the reasons, the causes as to why Nvidia is continuing to break out. For most of the last 2 months, Nvidia shares have given back some of the sizable gains that have been generated this year, as many bullish investors likely decide to book profits and take some risk exposure off the table with the stock trading at elevated levels. Fortunately, this moderate downside activity allowed hourly indicator readings as measured by the relative strength index to roll over out of heavily overbought territory, and we actually saw the indicator fall into oversold territory on the 19th of April. Given the strength of the 2024 Nvidia bull run, it is not surprising that this occurrence was ultimately viewed as a positive opportunity at lower levels, and the buying activity that followed has been strong enough to invalidate the short-term corrective downtrend that began in early March. This is the bull flag that this person is talking about. Here's our chart. Okay. So we did a price prediction in Nvidia right here. 23rd. Gave it a couple of days. Market came to our area of sell zone just yesterday. Hit that lower area right there. I told you. So now what? Well, now we sit and wait. That's around 7.84% there. Let me see Nvidia on a different time. Let's see what happened on the weekly chart first. Okay, look at that. Like I told you, the market is going to tell you what it thinks, because money is a magnet. It's attracted to things that will bring more money. So people, even algorithms, it's going to flow. It's going to take the money to something that they think is going to get more money from it. So when you look at this weekly chart in Nvidia, let me know. You saw this massive indication of weakness on that weekly bar. We got the up fake and the push to go down bar triggered. So naturally you would suspect that the market's going to continue to go down, right? The next week. But what happened? What happened the next week? The market in Nvidia closed up and went right back up, because money flowed into Nvidia right here around $760, $770. That is where the market came in and bought Nvidia. So with that even being seen on the weekly chart, we can say that if anything, Nvidia is going to continue to consolidate and or go higher as long as those buyers are still there, period. So that is where my attention is going to be if I'm going to look for Nvidia to continue to be bullish and continue to go up. The moment that I see the price in Nvidia break this area, then I know that the market is going to continue to drift and go lower. Because those people who were convicted to come into the market and buy Nvidia at this price level, if price comes back down and breaks through it, those people left. They're no longer interested in buying Nvidia at that price. And if they're not interested, why would you want to buy it there? It's just that simple. So as of right now, I'm on watch. I need to see more people convince us that they're still willing to buy Nvidia at that level. Okay, but that still looks bullish to me on the weekly chart there. Here it is on the 2 weeks. We have what? A couple more days left before this 2 weeks bar ends. You have 2 days and 9 hours. And it looks pretty much almost like the weekly chart. Here it is on the 3. We have a probable precursor of strength there. Here it is on the 5. Same thing. So this market is telling us that it's time for us to chill out and pause and wait. Because we're just getting started in this process. You can see how we need to get this confirmation. Either it's going to do this, or Nvidia's going to do this, or Nvidia's going to do this. And I think we got time for the market to continue to convince us, right? But as right now, we do know that the first part has already been established. Buyers came into the market already. So we got that established already. We already know that. So now we need to see, okay, how far can the buyers take the price? Will they get rejected at this first sell zone? Or will they be able to take the market at this second sell zone and then begin to come back down? So like I said, I'm just going to chill out right now. But currently, that's what I'm looking at. Just looking for the market in Nvidia to continue to trade within its range. I like that 3-day bar right here too. That looks pretty bullish. Let's look at this on the 2. Yeah. So the only thing that's in its way from me stating I can look for Nvidia to come up to this 950, this other sell zone, is this one right here. I need to see those buyers break this zone. If they do, that will be my next target right there. I could tell you that they're going to attempt to do it. For Nvidia. So yeah, let me pause. Let me not put on a price prediction just yet. I really want to see this. If the buyers maintain price like in this area here, let me show you. If they hold this range and it don't fall, then it's going to tell me that they're going to try to break this sell zone right there. So I'm just going to wait to see if that happens. But yeah, give me your thoughts though. Make sure you maintain the profitability, and as always, trade different.